Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton is the most recognized male figure skating star in the world, with over 70 titles and awards, including 4 consecutive world championships, and induction in both the U.S. Olympic and World Figure Skating Halls of Fame. Today, he shares with us his secrets to a gold medal life. Welcome to Lifestyle Magazine.
This is Lifestyle Magazine with your hosts, Lionel LaMountain and Mike Tucker.
Welcome. Through my years with Lifestyle Magazine, I've interviewed people from Hollywood, from the music industry, professional athletes, and frankly, I've never been starstruck, but today could change all that. In the house, we have Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton. Scott, welcome to Lifestyle Magazine.
Oh, thank you. Now you could add Bowling Green, Ohio to the list. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Or Franklin, Tennessee.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is an Olympic year. They're going to have the Winter Olympics this year, and so that's got to bring back memories of your winning the Olympic gold in 1984.
You know, it's so funny. I did 2 Olympics as a competitor,
Yeah.
but this will be my 8th in television.
Oh, wow.
So kind of the scales have kind of tipped, you know. So yeah, I still remember the competing, but that seemed like 6 versions of me ago. So
what did it take to win that?
What did it take to win the Olympics? Practice. It's like Carnegie Hall, right? But and honestly, it took. I never anticipated ever like being an Olympic athlete. My mom thought I could, but it was when she passed from cancer that I decided that she took me seriously. Yeah. And every sacrifice she made, and it's about time I took myself seriously. So I just got to work, and I decided that I was going to take her with me wherever I went, and that if I felt like quitting in the middle of a practice, I was going to use her to push me through to the end. And it was a real maturity shift where I went from being kind of like this dedicated loser to being someone that really wanted to be the best that I could be.
Awesome.
And timing took over where by the time I got to the Olympics, I'd just already won 3 world championships, and it's the same guys.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out, what do I need to do in order to assure that win? And so I went into that Olympics strategically, saying that if I could be top 3 in figures, short and long, I couldn't be beaten. That's because awesome. Nobody else could do that.
Some of these lessons you've learned in that process, did you include in your new book?
Oh yeah, finish first. Winning changes everything. Yeah, it was a really interesting thing because I was talking to Donald Miller, the author, just about I'm really wanting to take everything I've learned in my speaking career, and I'd like to elevate it into a new direction. And he just said, why don't you do it about finishing first in a society that's really trying to dumb down winning. My kids have participation trophies for anything they've ever done, whether they were any good at it or whether they won it all. It doesn't matter. Yeah. If you win, you're getting the same thing as if you lose. And it offended me that that's the culture that we're creating now. And offended me, like I'm too short to be offended by anything. But it just turns into this thing where it's like, this is something because my life really, the promise of anything in my life was very limited. I had a very narrow lane, and I was able to make that bigger just by being successful in a sport, and by being able now to be bold enough to work towards anything that I really wanted to achieve. And nowadays, we've created this thing of it's okay. We're all the same.
Yeah,
Nobody
show up. We're good.
But we're all gifted with different skill sets, and in a different life, and everyone has something to offer. So why not inspire people to kind of use the same everything that goes into achieving Olympic gold medals or whatever, or success in business, and give people kind of the argument for and the guide to being better than they ever thought they could. And by the way, when you do actually finish first, you get to go back to work.
Back to work. How did you?
Because the next one gets easier, right?
That's right.
How did you first get into skating?
I was very sick as a child. I stopped growing for a number of years, and being an adopted child, it was really weird. Is he supposed to be this small? Is he supposed to look sick? Is he, So after a while, it became very apparent that I wasn't well. Okay. And so I was in and out of hospitals for 4 years. They finally gave up trying to diagnose what was going on. And it was there that my parents, were basically instructed, you need a morning off. And so there's a brand new skating rink at Bowling Green State University in Ohio. And they just sent me to the rink for 4 hours every Saturday morning.
Wow. Did you like it?
I loved it. And it was really because I was with well kids. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then I realized that I was on equal footing, no pun intended.
Yeah.
That everybody was trying to figure this thing out. And so where I was the shortest and the sickest in my class, now all of a sudden I could do something as well as the well kids. And then over a few weeks, I could do something as well as the best athletes in my grade. So, man, self-esteem is a very powerful agent.
Was that what motivated you to start the skating academy? Thinking back to those memories?
Yes. I mean, I always wanted to give back to skating, beyond what I did as an amateur and professional. I just really felt that I'd been given so much unique knowledge. So when the Predators came to me and they said, would you like to help us build the skating, learn to skate presence at Fort Ice Center, I said, sure. And then I had to call a buddy of mine and say, how do I do this?
What do I do?
Yep. So the main thing is you hire really good people.
Okay.
That's the
and
key.
then you get out of their way. And honestly, I had instruction from the son of the man who invented basic skill skating.
Oh, wow.
So, I felt like I had the initial lesson sheets going all the way back, and I felt like I was holding the Dead Sea Scrolls. I go, I don't want
gift.
responsibility for these.
Yeah.
You take them. And he goes, no, look at them, study them. And
That's awesome.
And so the Skating Academy went from like 0, to now, one of the fastest growing skating academy in the country.
That's exciting.
It really is.
We need to talk about much more, and we'll do that when we come back, and we will be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
I do not like my sheets. I love my Giza Dream sheets.
Call or go to MyPillow.com right now to take advantage of Mike's limited time offer. Use the promo code on the screen, and when you buy one set of Giza Dream Sheets, Mike will send you another set absolutely free. That's right, buy one set of Giza Dream Sheets and get another set absolutely free. Choose from a variety of colors in solid, stripes, and new flannel sheets. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
We are talking with Scott Hamilton. Now, I know that you're an Olympic gold medalist. You're a great athlete you've been. But you've also had a lot of struggles with health. You alluded to that earlier. As a child, you were sickly. Tell us about some of your journey with health.
Yeah, I've had sort of it's probably the most significant part of my identity is I call it my unique collection of life-threatening illness.
Well, at least you can laugh about it.
No, I mean, we can laugh about anything. I'm a short, bald, sick guy. So
who just happens to have an Olympic gold medal
Well,
and 4 world champions.
Well, accidents happen.
Yeah.
But with all of it, it's so so much of how we deal with things is how we feel we should. And if there's an incredible fear, we're going to be afraid. If there's incredible courage, we're going to be strong. If there's incredible, whatever that overriding thing is, and because I spent so much time in hospitals as a young child, And because I'd overcome so much losing in my skating career to kind of get to a point where I was winning everything, it was almost like it was, that whole falling down and getting up thing was really very set in stone as far as my psyche. And so when I was diagnosed with cancer, of course, the fear was extraordinary in the beginning, but I honestly don't know how long it took for that fear to kind of flip into this sense of, I just another thing I got to get to work on. And success is based on me, and obviously a lot of the doctors, but it's how I decided to survive this thing. So I was fascinated, and I'm kind of coachable. So tell me what to do and I'll do it.
That's great.
And give me the rules of the game. But at that point, cancer didn't really have any user-friendly information.
No.
So I had to sort that out later on. But I endured it the best I could. And a lot came out of that period.
Yeah.
I really felt like it was an extremely powerful redirection in my life. And I saw it for exactly that.
Again, the diagnosis itself, though, when someone says the word cancer to you or to a loved one, and you're there to hear that, that has an impact upon you.
Well, it had an enormous impact because I lost my mother to cancer.
Yes,
she was the
that's right.
center of my world. So, it was, I lost my mom, I saw her succumb, I saw her suffer throughout, and that's going to be me.
Yeah.
And then it sort of switched. It's like I started to remember things. It's like no one was allowed in my room unless they made me laugh, because I remember there was a lot of laughter in my mom's battle with cancer. And it was, it's like she would say things like, "Oh, this chemotherapy is so great. I'm losing weight." Right? I mean, and I go, "That's
Oh
okay."
my! Just be able to say
And there was
that.
others. It was like this. I love my hair's falling out. These wigs are so much easier.
What an
It's like
attitude.
I've always wanted to quit smoking. I have no desire now.
Yeah.
So she looked at, not only, she just sort of owned the information, owned the experience, and I wanted to do the same.
She was a source of strength, it sounds like. Were there some other sources of strength to draw when you went through
Just
that?
getting my life back. I desperately, you take things for granted. I was working really hard for a long time. And I love that little dot that's in center ice, just that it's usually on the red line. It's this where they drop the puck.
Yeah.
I was always used to just going there and standing there and really feeling comfortable in front of an audience. And just to get back there, I had such a huge incentive to just get through this as quickly and on time as I possibly can, do the surgery, do everything according to the plan. Here's the plan, just like I had in a plan every year I competed. Here's the plan, and then on a planned date, I get back on the ice. On a planned date, I start doing this, and on a planned date, I give my first performance.
You make it sound methodical.
Well, everything is.
Yeah, you just made a decision.
Yeah, I mean, we start out in diapers and we methodically get out of them, right? And then we methodically get back into them later on.
That's right.
So,
That's
but
ahead
it's
of
like
for all of
everything.
us.
Everything is, a period. Everything is a season. Everything is, it's this too shall pass.
But even though you've recovered from that, that's not been your last bout with illness.
No, it's funny because I survived cancer, and then I decided to redirect my life. I just stripped it down to nothing and kind of built it back up. I stayed with the skating because that's kind of who I was at the time, but as far as off ice, I changed everything because I knew I was toxic. I knew I wasn't right. I knew I wasn't a good, I wasn't reliable away from skating, So I knew that I had to just strip it down, step away, and get back to, the person that I know I'm supposed to be. And that was where meeting my wife was really a significant event in my life.
What effect did she, she helped you through this?
Yeah, she did.
She was like a rock.
Yeah, so, I step away, I clean up everything, and then I meet this wonderful woman. And Tracy, all of it was just so providential. It was just like the Lord had a plan. I'm going to do this. He's going to pull me out of the, And, we got to a certain point where she just looked at me and she said, okay, things are, starting to get to a very important, juncture here. where are you in your relationship to Jesus Christ? And
That's a pointed question.
Well, a very pointed question, because you can't be unequally yoked. I learned that. Yeah. But the funny thing is I did what any smart guy would do. I said, where do you want me to be? So
Now that's a smart man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, here were all my obstacles. Here were all my concerns. Here were all my issues. And she pointed me right to a minister, and he said, I couldn't agree with you more. And it was like, oh, finally. I have a place to put all this undirected faith. And then when my brain tumor happened, how do I tell my wife?
Yeah.
How do I have a 14-month-old son, and how am I going to be burdened? My life is, and again, I had all that fear. And then I told her, I just came out and told her, and she grabbed both of my hands, and she started to pray. And I realized that's the stuff right there. That's
the
it.
stuff.
The most powerful moment of my life happened right there.
I bet it's impossible to put into words what you felt when that woman prayed for you.
Relief.
Relief.
I mean, that's the first word that comes to mind, but also power.
Hope.
Power.
Yeah, there's power in that, knowing that I could just, I know that I'm here for a reason. I know that I'm here by the Lord's grace and mercy. I'm going to be okay if I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I'm going to be.
We'll be right back after this.
Healers from God, a devotional filled with practical yet inspirational teachings and real-life experiences with real-world application which will encourage the reader. Order your copy today at Amazon.com or motivatedbylove.org.
Scripture therapy offers solutions to challenges individuals face every day. Scripture therapy combines faith, psychology, and life experiences to reach those seeking more in their daily walk with God. The authors, Lester and Roxanne Trichet, have blended their skills to produce a powerful book that has the potential of helping people from all kinds of backgrounds and systems of belief. The Trichets are a dynamic duo. It is a must-read for anyone who wants to enhance their spirituality and improve their happiness quotient on day one. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, and www.scripturetherapycenter.com.
We've had an exciting discussion thus far with Scott Hamilton. Now, you've started something called the Scott Hamilton Cares Foundation. Tell me about that.
It came out of my cancer adventure. I realized, the internet was an amazing tool back then. It just was like, if you need anything, just go right to the internet. Right. So I did. And I had testicular cancer, and all I got was medical journal papers that had 12-syllable words, sometimes 3 to a sentence. And I thought, either I'm really stupid or I'm really sick.
Yeah.
I choose, since I negotiated my high school diploma, I choose sick. So I went back and I said, note to self, we got to sort this thing out. And then the next thing was I wanted to quit at round 3. I felt isolated, alone. Nobody spoke my language. I just felt like a stranger in a strange land, a strange body. I didn't know about, chemo and the ARC. I said, how sick am I going to be to my oncologist? And he said, moderate to severe. I go, what does that mean? And he goes, moderate to severe. And it's like,
not really helpful.
Okay, no, that's great information.
Yeah.
So then I realized that the only person that can help me is someone else that's been through it.
Right.
So I knew that we needed to create a mentorship program. So Fourth Angel came out of that. It's, the first angels are oncologists, your second angel is your oncology nurse, your third angel is your friends and family.
Wow. Yeah.
What was missing in your adventure is the fourth angel, which is someone who's been there, done that.
Right.
That can work as a life coach and a role model for you to get through this thing. So Fourth Angel was one entity, and the other part was chemocare.com, which, again, just answered all those questions. It's now a user-friendly place to learn about chemotherapy. Every single drug is listed, how it works, what it's designed to do, and what the side effects are, and then you can go right over and every single side effect that's associated with
that
chemotherapy.
website again is chemocare.
Chemocare.com.
And that's so helpful because just knowing that information helps a patient cope better when they go through that experience, at least from what we've seen at the hospital.
Exactly. It's it's comfort and power. It's like, oh yeah, I totally get this. It's like, here's what's going to happen next. Not only from my mentor, but from the website. And if there's side effect, most people, back when I was diagnosed, there was an Oncology Nursing Society survey that basically 30% of newly diagnosed patients said their greatest fear was death.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not, wasn't higher.
42% said their greatest fear was treatment. There's a lot that needs to be done. It's like I tell people, I go, what do you think is, like the greatest effect of chemotherapy? And they go, greatest effect, hair loss. And I go, no. And they go, nausea. And I go, nope. And they go, what? And I go, it kills cancer. Let's keep our eye on the ball, people. So, it just turned into this thing where, as much as if people truly understand what they're facing, they're better equipped to do it confidently and securely, knowing that nothing's weird, nothing. I'm doing okay. Yeah. I'm on time. Okay, my accounts are getting better. All those things that come with chemo. And then it's just, as a foundation, we're all about research. We've done the education, the survivorship piece. We really are focused now on, as a dedicated foundation, because the first 16 years I was an initiative at the Cleveland Clinic Taussig Cancer Center. So now I'm more independent, and we're just trying to figure out, we're like very old startup. So now it's all about bringing the future of cancer treatment options with immunotherapy, targeted therapies, and the awareness and the broadening scope of proton therapy.
That is awesome.
So if we can replace chemo, we can replace traditional radiation with a much more strategic, much more
focused,
without trashing the body.
Absolutely.
Then I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Are any of these in trials now? Or at research hospitals? Any of these methods you're exploring?
Oh, we're kissing babies, shaking hands. We know exactly where we want to go with all of this, and it's just again raising the right amount of money to be able to do this. The next thing is pediatric immunotherapy program that we really want to fund. So if anybody's got a couple $100,000
or more,
we're going to put it.
We
know exactly where it's going. Well, 100 each.
That'd be all right. Well, it's not like you didn't have enough to do already, but you've adopted children from Haiti.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time. No, I'm just kidding. It's like that was an old line from a comedian. He said, when you have children, it just seemed like a good idea at the time. So I have 2 birth children, which is miraculous with my health history of testicular cancer and a pituitary brain tumor. It's like game over, people. Thank you, Lord. Because my first son was born 9 months and 2 days after I got married. My second son was born after the radiation on my brain tumor. So it's kind of like, okay, this is interesting. My wife's heart was broken when the earthquake happened. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people were killed in seconds in Port-au-Prince, and she just wanted to serve. She's been down there 26 times. And in those visits, there was an orphanage that was being supported by one of the groups that she went down there with. And, going down time and time again, it was actually my oldest birth child that picked out this kid on a Christmas ornament and said, "Who's he?" And they said, "His name is Jean-Paul. Tell me about Jean-Paul." "Oh, he's really he's so happy, and he's so athletic and so smart." And Aiden goes, "We're going to get him Christmas." And then he goes, "In fact, we want to support him." And then he goes, "Well, he's got a sister too." And he goes, "We're going to support her too."
Wow.
And so we started, supporting these kids, and then a relationship was formed, and then it became obvious we are to bring them home. And we did.
Wonderful.
It's complicated.
How exciting. We'll be back with a final word right after this.
The Faith Unveiled Network was birthed out of a need to give exposure to unknown or hidden people that possess God's gifts and talents. There are preachers, teachers, musicians, clothing designers, artists, cooks, and many others that God has given extraordinary talents to. God is raising up these people in His kingdom that will glorify Him. Our goal is to bring these talents to your mobile devices, computers in your home and office, or on the go. With today's technology, these gifts and talents can be shared with you 24/7. Broadcasters that will bless your heart and your life. Currently, the Faith Unveiled Network shares these talents in the form of video and podcasting services. As the network grows, it will strive to move into other medias such as cable TV, satellite TV, and local TV. The goal is to enhance the experience of the network's TV shows through networking resources and communication activities that become available. The ultimate goal of the network is to build and bring unity to the kingdom of God through its broadcasters via the internet, social media, mobile apps, and other available resources. By facilitating the use of the gifts of the Spirit, according to 1 Corinthians 12, 4 through 11, on a global level, each broadcaster brings their own gifts and treasured talents. Enjoy each moment, each broadcaster's TV show, and let them and us hear from you. We'd love to know that you're watching their programs and being blessed by their God-given gifts. Thank you for watching FUN, the Faith Unveiled Network. Thank you for watching FUN, the Faith Unveiled Network.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
I do not like my sheets. I love my Giza Dream sheets.
Call or go to MyPillow.com right now to take advantage of Mike's limited time offer. Use the promo code on the screen, and when you buy one set of Giza Dream sheets, Mike will send you another set absolutely free. That's right, buy one set of Giza Dream sheets and get another set absolutely free. Choose from a variety of colors in solid, stripes, and new flannel sheets. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
The discussion with Scott Hamilton has been exciting. Scott, you have said that the only true disability is a bad attitude.
It's true.
Talk about that.
I've met too many people that have overcome too many things to live their lives joyfully. One young man, Joel, who I remember from back in my this scholarship program that I was part of with Discover Card. It was I met this boy and he was burned over 85% of his body. Mm-hmm. He didn't really have a nose or ears and didn't have fingers. And he was president of his junior class because you spent like a minute with him, and it was extraordinary. You're just like, you're the neatest kid I've ever met. Other people that have been hit by drunk drivers and are proud. It's all these young people that I met through that program, people that move here at 10 years old and don't speak a word of English, that have all overcome. And it's like, if they can do it, who am I to say?
Absolutely.
So it's all attitude. It's all how you approach something. And if you approach something with joy and an open hand and knowing that this too shall pass, then you're probably going to be okay. We have 4 seasons in our lives, and we might as well just really just squeeze everything we can out of everything, regardless of what the condition is.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for being a part of this one. And thank you for being a part of this one as well. We look forward to seeing you again next time. But until then, you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
To get a copy of today's offer, please call 888-940-0062. And be sure to visit our website at lifestyle.org.